Hello YouTube. Welcome back to another ASMR video. I know it's been, I think, a few weeks since I've been able to post one, but today's video is going to be, well, similar to older videos in that it's going to be me whisper / soft-spoken talking. But it's also going to include some updates for the channel as well. So, the biggest one is that my plan going forward in the new year is 3 videos that are not ASMR videos a week and 1 ASMR video a week. So, every Sunday for now is the day that I'm aiming for, because I think it's gonna be it'll be a nice, like, relaxing before you have to go back to work type of thing, you know? That's the plan, anyways. So, I genuinely do enjoy recording ASMR a lot. I know there's a good majority of you that actually watch my ASMR and nothing else. This new year, I really want to try to take advantage of the situation I'm in to get more done. So today we're going to be tapping on one of my favorite items, which would be the boxing glove, as well as some other items that I have that are new and going to be little sneak peeks for stuff. So anyways, let's get tapping. You're also going to notice for this video, I am not using special effects to edit out the background, because I just realized that, honestly, having this nice blue background, this dark blue, is just as good as a black background. But because the background I had before, like, my lighting isn't perfect, it won't perfectly remove the screen, so it makes the black background kind of choppy looking anyways, and that's more distracting than relaxing, I think. So, for now, I'm just going to use the dark blue screen. Dark meaning not illuminated, not that it's a dark blue color. So, like I said, once a week, planning on ASMR video. And the goal, too, is maybe, I hope I can do it more than this, but once a month doing some sort of special roleplay or something akin to that, you know? I can tell I haven't recorded ASMR in a while. Even just this bare minimum, and I'm already starting to get tired. My arms are, I should say. And you know, I don't feel like there's a lot of exercises I can do at the gym that would target, like, this muscle group. Like, the tap muscle group is kind of weird. So, like I said, this video is going to be a bit of an update. And, whilst mostly it's meant to be an update on the channel, I suppose wouldn't be bad to update on some life stuff too. So, for a while, I've been in the conceptual phase of making my own video game. I want to make a deck builder like Slay the Spire, quest lines in it. So, for example, in the Slay the Spire, when you come across a question mark, you have a chance to get an event. And, like, all the events are basically self-contained and isolated for the most part. Outside of, like, maybe one I can think of, which is you fight some guys will try to mug you, and if you fight them, you get the red mask, and then later, if you have the red mask, you can don it to gain, like, a bunch of money. But otherwise, there's not a lot of, like, follow-up on events. They just are what they are, usually. So I have ideas for, like, maybe quest line is too big of a term, but, like, event chains, you know? So, for example, the plan for my game when it's released is to be 5 acts. Right now, I've got about, like, 1 act with, like, bosses planned out and everything. And I've got 1 class that's got enough cards and stuff to make the game, like a beta version of the game. But in Act 1, there's a event you can get. And I might do Act 1 and Act 2 just to increase the odds of people seeing it and getting a chance to interact with it, because I think it'll be fun. But there's a doll maker you can interact with, and he will offer you, like, 2 trinkets and a card. And trinkets, artifacts, curios, I'm not sure what the item is, but they're going to be like they are in Slay the Spire, where they're just, like, passive benefits. Like, if you end your turn with no block, gain 6 block, you know, in Slay the Spire, that kind of stuff. So, we're gonna do some fingernail tapping now while I talk, because I usually don't do fingernail tapping with the gloves. But yeah, so there's a doll maker, and he gives you, like, 2, I might even do, like, 3 lesser trinkets or something, but he gives you a ton of stuff if you take the deal. But he'll also give you a card, called a strange doll, and it's a dead card in your hand. You can't use it for anything, and you can play it, but, like, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, it's just like a dead card. But if you remove the card from your deck, then later you'll have a encounter with a cursed doll that you discarded that will want vengeance for you throwing it away. And there'll be hints in, like, the art that, because she'll be, like, covered in blood, because the doll, with, like, the doll maker's clothes, like, in the background or something, you know. And you either have to fight her, and she's a really hard boss fight, probably around the level of the end of the act boss fight, but maybe just a little bit underneath it, to be fair. But you can fight her, or you can basically apologize, quote unquote, and add her back into your deck with, like, a big debuff to you that happens when you draw her, and then she'll have, like, a state that says together forever, so whenever you try to remove her from your deck, she'll just get added back into it at that point. But if you defeat her in the fight, you'll get, like, her special trinket type of thing. So that's one idea I have for, like, a follow-up on events, because I think that's kind of fun. The other one is Mysterious Challenger is what I'm calling it. So, in it, He'll be showing up in the first 4 acts. You have a chance to encounter him. In Act 1, he'll challenge you to an arm wrestling match. And if your deck meets certain parameters, you can win. But even if you lose, you still get something out of it. Or rather, you don't have to win the contest to continue the quest line or event chain. So there's an arm wrestling contest, which requires you to have a card that does X damage to beat him, like a certain amount of damage. Probably going to be 10 to start with, because it's Act 1, but I might tune that number here and there. Then in the second act, there'll be like a drinking contest. And then in the third act, there'll be like an archery or a knife throwing or axe throwing contest, some sort of a skill-based contest. And then in Act 4, there'll be an endurance contest. And if you take on all 4 challenges, then he'll appear guaranteed at the next event you find in Act 5. And much like the doll, he'll challenge you to fight. And if you win, you'll get something really cool from him. But he's really hard. Like, he'll be harder than the final boss, probably. And there's gonna be some, like, lore surrounding the character that will be added to the game over time. And there'll be hints at who this challenger is in events, so I won't go into details about it. But it'll be fun, too, I think. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I want to have events that have follow-up, basically. As for the starting class, so I've got ideas for like 8 classes right now. But for now, I'm working on the coding aspect of it, which is a whole. I didn't think it'd be easy, but it blows my mind how talented people are that make video games. Like, just the coding. Oh, you can probably hear that. It's winter here, so somebody came inside from outside in the snow. So they had to wipe their boots off. And, I mean, yeah, I know it's technically winter everywhere, but what I meant by that is that I'm in a place where there's a lot of snow. So, anyways. But just making, like, all I've done so far is make a basic framework for the card, and that took me like an hour to figure out because I just don't understand coding and I'm not super smart, so like it's gonna take me a while. But and that's a card that has no art, no text, it's just image. So once I start adding things to the cards, like it deals damage to a target, I don't even know. But I want to make a game, so every night I'm working on it. I have to, for at least 10 minutes at night, I have to work on it. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, so I don't remember what I was saying before that. But I have some fun ideas for classes, but for now, we're going to start with a more simple class. So, the class that I've decided to flesh out to make the starter character for the beta build is called the Wanderer, and it's probably a bit what you would expect from that title. They're your classic straw hat, katana wielding swordsman type of thing. Well, probably not katana, because I have a shogun class that uses like Aijutsu as like one of their main mechanics. So, well, they'll use the katana, but they won't be samurai necessarily, because I have a samurai class planned. But anyways, so trinket, whatever you want to think of, is whenever you shuffle your deck, you draw a card with them, and that includes at the start of a combat, your deck will get shuffled, so they'll draw an extra card each combat as well. So they're basic in that they'll be kind of easy to figure out. They also have some complex mechanic potential, but they like card draw a lot, so there'll be cards that you draw. They like shuffling the deck, so they'll add cards that'll add stuff to your draw pile and then shuffle it, which will then let you draw a card, stuff like that. So my plan as well, so I have a niece that loves drawing. So, I want to encourage it as much as I can, because at the current time of recording, she thinks it could be fun to, make a career out of it. So, I'm trying to do whatever I can to encourage it. So, an idea I have is I want to have, beta art for the cards. And so what I'm thinking about doing is seeing if she'd wanna, for fun, draw art for me. So, I'll have a day where we hang out, and I'll just tell her names of cards, and she'll draw what she thinks makes sense for it. So, go with the flow is a card name. So we'll see what she draws for that. And I'm gonna pay her for this too. I'm not gonna just be doing child labor for free. But I'll pay her to draw a bunch of cards, and then the video game will have them for the beta art for cards. And then when the full game comes out, I'll do what Slay the Spire has, where you can toggle between the release, the standard art, whatever you call it, the main art, or the beta art, and I'll make sure to credit her in the game credits, as well as in the art. And then, if people want, they can look at her art instead of the commissioned art that I'll be doing if the game picks up steam a bit. So I think that'll be a fun bonding experience for her too. I think she'll have fun drawing stuff, and it'll be fun to see what she comes up with. Plus, she'll make some money out of it, so she'll have fun with that, being able to buy stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. So the last thing I want to mention about the game in general, well, maybe not the last thing. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, but I gotta balance out how much. I've already just realized I've been tapping on these gloves for 20 minutes. Not quite, but 18 minutes or something. So, which, again, my favorite trigger of mine so far. I just love the sound of the tapping on this. So, and that's one thing with some other ASMR channels that I wish I would see more. A lot of channels will have ASMR videos where they tap on 15 items for 3 minutes each or something, And what ends up happening for me in those videos is there's always one or two, a few items that I think just sound so much better than the rest. And I wish they would focus on them more. So that's why for my videos, I'm doing what I like, And I like the boxing glove a lot, so I'm gonna focus on it a lot. 2, where if you succeed and beat all 5 acts, you can choose to retire the character or loop. And as the title implies, it'll be like an infinite potential loop where enemies will get exponentially stronger. It'll be a fun way to see how much you can min-max a build and see just how far you can get. And I'll probably have an achievement that's like loop 3 times maybe. But yeah, that's the plan for that. I have a class I'm really excited for, but one that I really need to figure out the legality of. So, I'm a big fan of a band called NSP, which stands for Ninja Sex Party. As you could probably guess from the title, sorry, they're a comedy band, and I want to make a class called the Unicorn Wizard, which is the name of one of their songs, and have it be basically a love letter to a band that has really helped me get through some rough parts in life, and in general, it's just been something I've enjoyed a lot over the years. So the Unicorn Wizard will have a ton of references to their songs, and I want the, character model to be based off of the lead singer, and the plan is, if I get to a point where it seems feasible that I can add extra classes to the game and stuff, that I want to add, reach out to NSP and just be like, hey, so I'm making this game. I would like to add your character, or this character to it that's inspired and entirely based off of your band. What do you want me to do to have, how do I put it? How should I proceed so that you'll enjoy and be okay with me including this in the game? If you want me to pay you for it, or give you like royalties on the game, or I don't plan on having any of the characters be the DLC, but maybe I'll have the NSP Unicorn Wizard class be like a $1 DLC or something like that, and then give 100% of the proceeds of it to NSP or something. However we can go about adding it to the game, because I just want to show some love to people. I also, in a similar vein, have plans to add a encounter based on a now deleted YouTube channel called OhImFabulous, which Markiplier and Ethan Nestor from Crank Play Games, it used to be called, now it's just Ethan Nestor, but him and Markiplier in 2020 did a collaborative channel called OhImFabulous, and it was a very cool channel because what it was that every day for a year they would upload a video, and they were like live action skits in person of them just doing completely random stuff. Like, it wasn't video games, although there was like a episode where they did VR stuff, but it was like they play the Newlywed Game, they make food from using sex toys as the utensils, like dildos, vibrators, very unhinged, but they had an underlying theme of memento mori, which is that, all things must pass, and that we need to accept the inevitability of, things coming to an end, and that because we know that life is temporary, we need to really live in the moment and enjoy things now rather than regret them later. So, but they had characters basically that were each of them in a white and black suit respectively, and occasionally they would get very serious, and talk about stuff in these, characters of unas and anas, which was Latin for 1 year, by the way. So I want to add a secret boss or encounter in the later stages of the game where you can quote-unquote fight them. And I have a few ideas for how that can go down. The current plan, though, is that you just have to survive a number of rounds against them, and then they will vanish, just like their channel did. But they'll be very strong, everything. I really want to do homages like that to YouTube channels and just entertainers in general that have really been influential in my life. Game Grumps would be another one that I would want to see if I could add to the game in some way. Though they're less straightforward, so what I'd probably do is maybe have them show up for some encounters and have some cards based out of them that are like in the universal card pool. So, anyway, yeah, that's kind of stuff I've got planned for that. I've been working on it for a while, like about a year or so. Just what I've been doing, like I said, with the coding, I was doing this similar thing where I have to at least every night make one thing for it. It could be a card, it could be a trinket, it could be a idea for a monster. I just have to make one thing for the game. So that's what I've been doing. Probably hasn't been a full year, it's probably been like 8 months, but still, I've been working on it for a while. So, potentially in the new year, you might see a Kickstarter for a game I'm making in a beta. So, yeah, that's the plan. So, anyways, on to the next item, which will probably be the last item because, again, I realized that I kind of went on and on with the glove. So, next item. So I got, as you can see, a digital camera because I want to do some. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna want to do fingertip or fingernail. Fingernail is too. It doesn't sound as good to me, but. So I got a video camera, so I can possibly do some other types of videos, maybe some vlogs, just general update videos, for fun. I also do eventually want to get an ASMR studio of sorts set up, because right now I'm just recording on my computer, but I want to eventually get a proper room set up with a green screen and a camera aimed, better lighting, and whatnot. I have a room dedicated to ASMR videos. So, this is the first step in that. reasons I really want to get a room set up is that I tried recording a roleplay video, but it's really awkward because my blue screen is really close to my chair, so it's really hard to fit into the space into the roleplay where you can see everything about me. When I have the blue screen, it has to be so close because if I make it further back, then the lighting gets messed up even more so than it already would be, and also it won't cover the whole screen. So then I'd have to crop it, which I suppose I could do, but then it might look way less clear. It's hard to say. I'm still experimenting with it, but if I have an actual ASMR recording room, that'll make it easier to do these types of videos I want to do. But I'm hoping either the next week or the following week to do a Silent Hill roleplay video. So, look forward to that, I hope. When I say I hope, I mean I hope you look forward to it, not that I hope I'll be able to make it. I will get it done. It's just a matter of when now. But yeah, as for a similar type of video, well, similar isn't the right word, I guess. Or rather, it's similar in that it's a non-gaming video, but that's based on gaming stuff. I have an idea for a cover, and I want to make a music video for the cover from footage from a video game that I'm currently playing on the channel. So, I'm hoping maybe soon to do a cover video as well. The song is one from a Project Moon game called Library of Ruina. And the song is the opening theme of the game called String Theocracy, if you want to look it up. But I would just be doing the 1.5-minute intro version of it, not the full 3-minute song for the cover. But maybe I'll do a little whisper singing of it. Yeah, why not? It'll be fun. Open the curtains, lights on. Don't miss a moment of this experiment. Oh, the book is strange, like clockwork orange. Keep your eyes buttered till the end. Which you are you going to be? Inside the mirror do you see someone else in the body? Dance for me 1 and 2 and 3 and turn around. Sit like a doggy till I finish my dream. Cut it off, cut down your loss. There's comfort in the stream. It's actually kind of hard to sing, but yeah. It's gonna get you killed in a world built on convenient theories for the poppers on TV. There is comfort in the strings. If you're gonna control me, at least make it interesting theatrically. I think I got some of the lyrics wrong, actually, so I maybe once a month, I want to do a video that isn't an ASMR video or a gaming video. Have that be like my minimum quota. Minimum quota. That's actually another thing I'm trying to work on as well. I've noticed as I've been editing my videos that I can be kind of hard to understand sometimes. I'll sometimes just say a word really quickly and really sloppily, and even I, in post, the person that said things, don't understand what I'm saying sometimes. So I can only, I just did it there. I can only imagine that it's probably tough sometimes for you guys to understand me. So I want to work on that because, I mean, if I'm going to be doing a YouTube channel where I'm, entertaining and talking a lot, I should really be understandable, So, and I used to have really good diction and very clear enunciation, but over the years, since I haven't been in theater anymore, and I haven't been practicing voice acting stuff, I've really let my speech patterns slip into lazy, hard to understand stuff, so I gotta work on that. So, look forward to maybe some vlog type videos. I'm not honestly fully sure when I'm gonna be recording it with the video camera, but now that I have it, I have the option to, so I'm hoping that'll let me be more creative with stuff. So, anywho, I was also gonna tap on an Evil Within 2 book that I have because I've been mentioning it in my playthrough, and I have it actually taken the item out, and it's kind of going to be a bit, I think, for the series going forward, is that I'll never take the booklet out until the end of the series. But I was going to do it, funnily enough, what the plan was for this video to tap on the booklet, but it seems fitting that I got carried away and I'm out of time recording here, so I actually have to end the video pretty soon here. But look forward to a new ASMR video every week going forward now. So, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I hope you're asleep, but if not, I just want to take a little bit of time to really thank you guys for all the, in general, positive feedback on a lot of the videos I've been posting. I love reading comments. A lot of YouTubers say that they would say, I love reading your comments, and I thought it was just them, what's the word I'm thinking of? Being, I guess, correct in air quotes, like, it's just like a thing you're supposed to say. You're supposed to, thank people and all that stuff. It's just like what's expected, so they do it almost out of obligation. But I never realized just how much joy it sparks to see people interacting with stuff I'm making and commenting on it. I even had a friend who messaged me privately on Discord about a few of the videos I posted, and I didn't expect that any of my friends would really watch my content, like my IRL, not like YouTube-y like content-related friends. I don't really have, at the moment, any fellow content creators that I bonded with or reached out to. Because I feel awkward being as small as I am and reaching out. But, most of my IRL people don't really watch my videos, and that's 100% okay. And in some ways, it's better that way, because then I know my numbers aren't being skewed by people who are just trying to be nice, you know? And that the people that are watching it are people that are, like, choosing to watching it because I want to watch, rather than being nice. If that makes sense. Not that I wouldn't be appreciative of people watching my videos in any capacity, whether it's only to, or for any reason, I should say. But, yeah, they sent me some messages about videos, and they probably don't realize how much it made my day. Them laughing about some of the stuff in them, and talking about, like, the video, and not just, like, the stuff in the first few minutes, but, like, stuff that happened halfway through, so I could tell that they were actively watching it, you know? It felt really nice. So, rambling way of saying thank you guys for interacting with my videos in the ways you have been, and that I understand now that they weren't just doing a PR move by saying thank you for commenting and that I love reading your comments, because holy crap, until you have it happen, it's really hard to express just how amazing it is to see people commenting on your stuff. So, truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for all the interactions you guys have done. Also, I don't know what the heck happened, but my fabulous film for Still Makes the Deep randomly blew the hell up. And it got like over 700 views in like 2 weeks. I don't know what happened, but thank you guys for that as well. I never expected that to happen. That was insane. So, I hope you've enjoyed. And ideally, you'll be asleep. But if not, you know, thanks again. And until next time. Actually, before that, let me know if you like this item tapping. Unfortunately, I think it's probably not going to be a super repeatable item, and that I think once I take the camera out, it'll have a different sound. But either way, let me know if people really like it. Like if you guys think it's on the same level as the boxing glove. I could always, you know, put the camera back in the case and tap if it sounds too different without it. But anyways, let me know if there's any triggers you want to see in the future as well. Tapping is my personal favorite trigger, but like if you want to see crinkling or inaudible whispers, or like, you know, if there's a more specific or even niche trigger, let me know, and I'll make a video devoted to it to the best of my abilities. I can't promise it'll be as good as some of these other YouTube channels that like do that, but I want to practice other videos, but I want to make sure that there will be somebody that enjoys them. So, you know, if you have a specific trigger you want me to cover, like whisper, crinkle, nail tapping, hand sounds, mouth sounds, whatever, you know, anything and everything, as long as it's appropriate for YouTube, is game. So, just let me know. But I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays if you don't celebrate.